Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fall 2019. I'm Dr. Amy Potter, and I'm the instructor for Anthropology 101. And I'm very happy to have you all join us for this course. And while I do realize that this is 100% online, I still felt it was important for you to put a face with the name and to introduce myself. And also to encourage you to reach out and contact me if you have any questions, any concerns. You can call me, text me, Skype me. Also, we're very lucky to have a teaching assistant this quarter, Sarah. Her contact information is on the syllabus, and she'll be holding office hours on campus and review sessions, and she can answer many of your questions. Sarah's an invaluable resource, and she's awesome. So make use of that, and she can help you greatly. So again, welcome. And if you're new to Portland State University, welcome to Portland and to the university. For those of you returning, welcome back. I hope we all have a fantastic fall. And I hope that you really enjoy this course and that you learn tons. So again, I'm Dr. Amy Potter, and I am a biological anthropologist. And you might be asking, what does a biological anthropologist do? Well, I'll give you an example. First, they mainline coffee. Because we don't sleep much. But to give you an example of a biological anthropology, one of the things that's awesome about anthropology in general, and particularly about biological anthropology, is that all of us have very unique niches in anthropology. And biological anthropology is a very collaborative field. And while we study humans and non-human primates, and we studied humans and their ancestors and their closest relatives, the non-human primates, and non-human primates' ancestors, we study them using tools and methods that have been developed in other fields. And so the common thread is that we study primates, and we generally study primates within an evolutionary framework. And we examine, we might examine human genetics. We might look at primate behavior. Many of you are probably familiar with forensic anthropology. Forensic anthropologists are unique because they're trained in skeletal biology and dental anthropology, but they're also trained in oftentimes in criminal justice and trained to work within the medical legal context. And so they're a biological anthropologist, but they're also an applied anthropologist. But to kind of give you an example about a biological anthropologist, again, I'm a biological anthropologist, and I have expertise and am trained in skeletal biology, paleopathology, so diseases in ancient populations and diseases in general, but how to recognize different types of diseases in skeletal remains. And I'm also trained in human evolution with a focus on the Australopithecines, but I'm a geneticist as well. And so I work in genomics, and I study human genetic variation, and from DNA all the way on up to at the protein level, and all the way up into the phenotypic level. So the complete organism. And but I focus mainly on DNA and RNA, and both in modern and ancient people. So ancient DNA, and I use those to genetic data to investigate population expansion, population migration, population contact and interaction, and then also at a more recent and individual level, clinical diagnostics, trying to identify what might be the underlying genetic cause of an individual's illness. So there's an example of a biological anthropologist. And so it's a fascinating field. I hope that throughout this quarter, you all will be fascinated by it. It is a very broad course. We cover a lot of information, and it can be a little overwhelming. My recommendation is keep up with the reading. Don't get behind. Read every week. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact Sarah or myself. There also will be PowerPoints that will be posted each week to accompany and clarify some of the readings, also to add to the readings. And there will be short video clips and short recordings, TED Talks, things to highlight key points and also add some interesting information, and some of it just to demonstrate some of the larger principles and theories. But again, it's a lot of information, and it may seem overwhelming. But if you keep up, you'll have all the tools. I have every confidence in all of you, and I hope at the end of this quarter that you all will have a new excitement and a new appreciation for humans and primates in general, that you'll have a deeper understanding of human variation and diversity and how wonderful it is, and then ultimately it will become clear that modern humans are a single species, Homo sapiens, and that we all share a recent common ancestor and an evolutionary history. And we're ultimately, although we seem to be phenotypically incredibly diverse, so phenotype is kind of what we see, the external features. And phenotype shaped by underlying genes, but the interaction with environment. And so when we look at the phenotype, humans are highly variable. But when we look at the underlying genetics, humans actually have reduced variation, genetic variation, particularly compared to our closest primate relatives, the chimpanzees or the great apes in general, because we all share this recent common ancestor, and we've all expanded out across the world from this ancestral population, and it's been in the last probably 200,000 years. So anyway, again, I hope you'll have an excitement for this course, but I understand that not everybody wants to grow up to be a biological anthropology, so at a minimum, I hope that you'll learn something about human diversity and have an understanding about human evolution and where we came from and how we got here. Well, I look forward to the quarter, and we'll talk to you soon.